Do you have a dog or cat and are wondering whether pet insurance is worth the cost? Well, in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Lemonade's coverage options, including my personal experience from application to claim. Hey everyone, this is Kyle from ofthe, your financial resource for a changing world. For product reviews, app reviews, credit card reviews, travel tips, and more, be sure to subscribe, and thanks for hitting that like button. While having a pet is great most of the time, it's definitely less fun when they need to visit a vet. Luckily, pet health insurance policies may be able to help take some of the financial sting out of these incidents. On that note, let's take a closer look at Lemonade's dog and cat insurance policies, including some pros and cons. The first things to know about Lemonade pet insurance are where it's available and how to start the application process. Currently, although Lemonade is apparently working its way to more states, its pet health insurance product isn't yet available everywhere. As of September 2024, those in 37 states as well as the District of Columbia can purchase these policies. Assuming you're in an eligible state, you can begin the process of exploring coverage options by going to Lemonade's pet site. Next, when it comes to choosing a policy, you'll have a few options that will impact your total premium. To get started with a quote, you'll need to complete a questionnaire that begins with the basics such as the type of pet, their age, their breed, and the length of time that you've had them. Once you've submitted this information, you'll be able to see your base coverage quote while also going through the additional coverage options. This base plan covers three main things: diagnostics, procedures, and medications. Outside of these main categories, Lemonade offers additional coverage selections, including various extended accident and illness options. There are also preventative packages and add-ons for dental illness, behavioral conditions, and end-of-life and remembrance. Finally, you can further customize your coverage by adjusting your deductible, co-insurance percentage, and yearly maximum. Currently, from what I can see, deductibles range from $100 to $750, co-insurance options include 60, 70, 80, or 90%, and yearly maxes start at $5,000 and go all the way up to $100,000. For what it's worth, we selected coverage with a 90% co-insurance, meaning Lemonade pays 90% of covered expenses after deductible, with a $500 deductible and annual limit of $20,000. Currently, this policy costs us about $274 per year. When selecting your policy, keep in mind that waiting periods will apply to different types of claims. Lest you think that you can buy a Lemonade policy and take your pet to the vet the same day, there are some waiting periods you'll need to know about. For accidents, the waiting period is 2 days. Meanwhile, the waiting period for illnesses is 14 days, and the waiting period for cruciate ligament events is 6 months. The good news is that these waiting periods only apply to your initial policy and not renewals, so you'll be covered as long as you don't cancel or let your policy lapse. Something else to note about Lemonade pet insurance is that there are a couple of discount opportunities. First, if you bundle with Lemonade property insurance policies such as renters or homeowners insurance, you can save 10% on pet health coverage. Those with multiple dogs and cats could also save 5% when covering more than one pet. Finally, if you pay for a full year of your policy up front, you'll save 5% versus the monthly cost. Finally, after 2 years of having a policy, I recently got to see what the claims process is like for Lemonade. In July, I needed to take Rigby to an urgent care vet as she was uncharacteristically ill. After running tests and doing some x-rays, she was sent home with some medicines to ease whatever was ailing her. When we did get home, I started the claims process in the Lemonade app. This is basically all done through a chatbot interface that will ask you a few questions about your claim. In my experience, I was also asked to record a voice memo or video describing what happened. Then, I was able to enter the invoice details line by line with the help of Lemonade's autofill options. After attesting that everything I was saying was truthful, I was able to submit my claim, although Lemonade did also follow up with the vet's office to obtain a few notes. With my claim being submitted on a Friday, I got word of its approval 3 business days later on a Wednesday, and the deposit to my bank account cleared 2 days after that. As for what I received from the claim, the $638 original bill meant $574.88 with the 90% coinsurance. However, since I'd selected the $500 deductible option, my payout was $74.88. Of course, this deductible is annual, so if anything else happened to Rigby during the policy's term, my reimbursements would be more substantial. But the bottom line is that the entire claims process was smooth and my payment was promptly paid. Overall, even though my Lemonade pet insurance policy hasn't technically worked out in my financial favor so far, I do truly appreciate the peace of mind that it provides, allowing me to focus on my dog's health needs instead of worrying about the costs. In my case, the total vet bill combined with the selected deductible meant that I didn't end up getting much back from my claim. Moreover, it just so happened that my policy renewed a month later, resetting the deductible again. Still, knowing that things could have been a lot different and a lot more expensive, I do still think that having pet health insurance is worth it. After all, I'd hate to have to cut back on Rigby's care due to financial circumstances, so having coverage helps avoid such a scenario. So, if you're considering a dog or cat insurance policy with Lemonade, I'd recommend weighing your deductible and co-insurance options in order to find a coverage plan that works best for your needs and budget. Hopefully this gives you a better idea about what Lemonade Pet Insurance is all about, but for more on the service, I'll have a link to my full written review in the description box down below or right over here on the screen. Also, if you have experience with Lemonade or another pet insurance provider, I'd love to know your take, so be sure to leave them in the comments. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time here on ofthe.